Hello, how you doing? Mike Bradley. I hope you're doing well as always. Before I get started on this infamous Q&A Wednesdays, and also thank you so much for your questions. Loads of you now are sending in questions for these, so I'm definitely making it a regular thing, as you're starting to see now. But yeah, first things first, I've been super busy lately. I've been doing so much. Well, first of all, I've been moving, and if you follow me on Facebook and Instagram, you would see about my moving days and the state of my new flat and old flat and things like that. But yes, I've been moving and doing load of gigs, doing gigs from being in a military base to playing on the River Thames to doing festival gigs as well. You know, so I've been doing lots of that and teaching as well. And I don't have any internet at my new place yet until the 5th of July, which is an absolute pain in the backside. For someone who has a lot of their kind of work now online, having internet is very important. So for those who have been commenting on my videos and everything like that, I am getting to them. I just replied to loads just now when I come back to this teaching house here. Obviously this has got internet and Wi-Fi and whatnot, so I can get it then. But my usual day-to-day stuff in the morning when I kind of check emails and stuff, I can't do, and my data on my phone's running out. Anyway, I just wanted to get that across. But if you haven't already, follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram and stuff like that, and you can see catch up to my day-to-day activities that way. Anyway, on with Q&A Wednesday. I don't know what that was. The first question is from Ravi Kai. There are some names out there. Hello mate, how are you? And he's asked a big question here. Hey Mike, I have a question and I was wondering if you could help me out. I've always played around with the guitar but never taken it seriously until the past year or so. I have several guitars but they're all really cheap ones because I've always hesitated to spend a lot of money on something like a guitar until I started to take it seriously within the past year. Anyhow, I'm looking to buy my first really good guitar. Could you maybe give me some suggestions on a first acoustic guitar? My budget is under $1,000. I've been looking at the Taylor GS Mini, but I figured I'll ask before I made the decision. Thanks. You're welcome, sir, even though I haven't answered it yet. Taylors make fantastic guitars, and if you're looking at a budget for under £1,000, you can get a very good guitar for that amount of money. My Taylor, I think, was £700 mark. I remember I haggled him down a little bit. I got about 20 quid knocked off, so like 20 pounds, sorry, knocked off. You cannot go wrong with a Taylor. You can actually get some Martins, some really good Martins for about the £900 mark. So what I would suggest is go to your local good guitar shop. Say to the guys there, right, this is my budget. I don't want to go anything over this. I want to try a load of guitars out, and do that, because for what I might like in a guitar, you might not like in a guitar, and vice versa. So go to your local guitar shop, hopefully it's a good one, and try, load of guitar, even if it's 10 guitars or more. Just try loads out, because some will feel a bit different with the neck. I mean, if you pay £1,000, you're going to get, you should be able to find a nice guitar with a good neck on there. If the frets are sharp, next one, on with the next one, So, but yes, Taylor, I'm a big Taylor fan, so yeah. You can't go wrong with a Taylor acoustic. Next question from Shane Landry, and I recognise you, buddy. How are you? He's asked, how often do you set up your guitars? I have a telly and just got it set up and it sounds like a guitar now. To be honest, not much. I'm really bad with that. I mean, if it needs setting up, I'll sort it out, I mean, I can do the basic stuff, or if it's a big problem, I'll take it to my buddy Roger to look at it for me. But I mean, my Telecaster here, I'm always tinkering with the action on this guitar. Sometimes I feel it's too low, and so I'll keep raising it, and then I'll be like, okay, that's alright, and then a couple of months down the line I'll be like, oh, it feels a bit low again, so I don't like too low of action. I find I can't get under the string very well when I'm bending. Especially if I've been playing one specific type of guitar for a while, and I change things up and start playing another guitar for a bit, the action might be a little bit different. So I'm like, bugger, I'm not used to it, So, but that's the only kind of thing I do. But no, I don't really clean my guitars. I don't really, unless it's broke, then I'll fix it. But no, the answer, a short answer, no, not really. The next question is from Ahmed Hassan. Right, okay, his English isn't the best, I don't think, but he's basically saying his guitar is doing a little bit of a small buzz, but when he puts his hand on the bridge or the strings, the buzzing goes away. Is that normal? And it's only on the clean channel, not the overdrive. Well, that makes sense, yeah. So, no, there shouldn't be any buzzing. I've had a few pupils' guitars over the years, and they'll be buzzing, and then if you touch your hand on like the tuning peg or something, it goes away. So I would say take it to your local store, if you know a local tech guy, and just get a really good service on the guitar. You haven't said what type of guitar it is. If it's like a really cheap, you know, superstore, you know, not even from a guitar shop kind of guitar, it might be worth investing in a new one. But yeah, it sounds like it needs a good service. Or your strings could be too low, so try raising the action a little bit of your strings. You can do that if you've got a Strat, for example. Actually, this isn't too bad. You can just lower it on the bridge, raise it or lower it on the bridge saddles with a little Allen key, and just kind of turn it up that way. So that might be it. Your strings might be too low, your height of the strings might be too low, but if that's not it, yeah, I'll recommend just getting a good service, and no more than £40 UK price anyway. I don't know what that would be in your currency, buddy, but hopefully that's helped. Right, Christian Proden, and there's another part of your surname, but it's cut off here, sorry, but you put, hey Mike, hey Christian, could I ask you a favour? Can you show me a fast lick for guitar? I'm trying to work more on my speed. I can, though I haven't actually played guitar really today, so I don't know how limbered my hands are going to be, but one sec. Okay, so I've got a bit of a crunch sound. Now, something was kind of cool and is so easy, basically. If you're on, say, A minor, right, A minor pentatonic, A minor scale, whatever. Now, 7-6-5, and then going back to 4 on the 5th string, alright, so, and then finish on the root, right? Now, obviously everything on the 6th fret, apart from the 6th string, not doing that, is kind of out of the scale. Not all of it, but pretty much most of it. But if I do something like that, and then I slide back there, finish on that root, it sounds really cool, but all I'm doing is this. Something like that. I'll probably change a little bit, but and I'm just mucking around from those chromatic notes. So there you got, I'm doing 7-6-5 on the 1st string, and then going to 7 on the 2nd string, and then doing a 5 hammer onto 6 on the 1st string. Do that. And then doing 6-5 on the 2nd string. And then just kind of farting around with that. So take that idea there. And at the end, just make sure slide 5-4 on the 5th string, and then finish on that A on the 4th string. So I know I'm not doing note for note here, but I want you to kind of take the little small idea by just, and then just kind of blah, blah, blah. So like that. So there's kind of a fast lick, and it's easy. Dorian V. Scotty asks, probably a totally uncool question, not at all, but you're so nice to all of us musically ignorant folks. Thanks, buddy, but I would never say you guys are ignorant at all, or anybody's ignorant for that matter. Have you ever checked out Rocksmith software, and if so, what do you think about it? I haven't, I'm afraid, buddy. No, I'm not very savvy with computer stuff, really. Though those of you who have seen my last video I posted on Friday of the bias effects software, which I think is fantastic. So I don't know if the Rocksmith thing, similar kind of idea, but Positive Grid have really outdone themselves, and I want to play around with that a lot more, especially for recordings, and not even just recording, just for playing at home and stuff like that. Just kind of mucking around with different sounds on the fly, and then thinking, oh okay, maybe I should get that pedal in my life, and then get the real life thing, Right, let's do one more question for today from Night Panda, and he said, my question, why don't you have more subscribers? It really bothers me seeing people with great content and low subscriber count. Although I do have a real question, what do you think is the best way to memorise the fretboard notes? I've tried before to learn the notes on one string first and then the second, etc. But I just gave up for some reason. Thanks, Night Panda. Regarding subscribers, I'm growing, I'm getting there. I mean, this time last year, I think I was like on 6,000-7,000 subscribers, and now I believe I'm over 17,000 now. So it's getting there, and with the support from everyone, it means truly the world. Like, it's really starting to pick up now, YouTube. So by all means, help spread the word and you can. Share the videos, like the videos and stuff like that. It truly means a lot, and I'm not just saying that, and I know there's lots of you out there who've been with me from the beginning, and I haven't forgotten you, and when I see your names pop up, I'm like, oh yes, hello, how you doing, and of course all the new people as well. Like, I'm starting to see a lot more frequent comments from people, and I can see in my analytics a lot of people who aren't even subscribed to me are watching my videos as well. So yeah, we're getting there, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how many more people are going to get on in Mike Bradley world and join this family we've all created, And then with help memorising the fretboard, I did recently post a video about the matrix system, as I call it, kind of getting to know your neck. I'll put a little card thing up here now, and I'll put a link in the description box below as well, but do check that out as I go in quite a bit of depth about that. But starting, I would getting to know the root notes, and with your kind of bar chords and things like that. So obviously you need to know the 6th and 5th strings there to kind of freely move around the chord shapes and stuff. So if I'm playing a G chord, let's put a clean channel on. Yeah, if I'm playing a G chord, I need to know there's a G note. From an open G kind of cowboy chord to the bar chord. So getting to know that 6th string, so G, well, E, F, F sharp G, G sharp A sharp B, C, C sharp D, D sharp E, and of course F sharp can also be viewed as G flat because it's enharmonic. So E, F, F sharp or G flat, G, G sharp, A flat, A sharp, B flat, etc. So if you know the 6th string, then you know the 1st string because it's exactly the same thing, and then the same with if you're doing a C chord using this kind of A shape, and knowing the cage system as well. Check out my website, I've got a lesson on the cage system on there, which if I do say so myself, I think is rather good, and I go into quite depth there about that as well. So yeah, there you can play a C chord here, a C chord here, oh sorry, that 1st string is that then. I can play a C chord there, I can play a C chord here, I can play a C chord there, I can play a C chord there, I can play a C chord there. So getting to know your chords and your major and minor chord shapes all over the neck, not just knowing a C there, but like you just saw, the different variations you can play it. So that's really important, and people neglect rhythm playing, and knowing your chords. Yeah, doing lead stuff, fantastic. We love it. I love it. But if you want to, you know, even if you join a band, you know, you're playing chords, you're playing rhythm 95% of the time, you know. And if you go and have a career out of it, a lot of times you're doing just, you know, rhythm as well, you know, with a bit of lead there as well. And then of course getting your rhythm chops down will then help your lead chops, because nobody wants to just hear someone run up and down a scale. I certainly don't. I just switch off, you know. But if you can, you know, there I was just pretty much playing one note. You know, and that's a bit more cooler than just, you know, look at me, you know. You know, it's like, yeah, okay, that's cool for, you know, for 30 seconds, but then you want a bit more. So, you know, be able to sit on a, I don't know, a G. You know, it gives you a bit more of a rhythm there, and if you notice I'm tapping my foot, I'm moving my body, you know. So sorry, this is going into a different thing. You want to know the notes on the neck and knowing your fretboard more. So yeah, get your chords down, and then things will start opening up a bit more, you know. So but definitely check out the Cage System lesson on my website, and the Matrix idea I've gone into on my YouTube channel. Really hope that helped, guys. If you want a question answered by little old me, just head over to my Facebook page, and all the links will be in the description box below. And yeah, fire away, and I will do my damnedest to answer it the best way I can. But I hope you're really, really well, and I will see you in a couple of days. Mike Bradley, signing out.